Drop down below in the comments if you think Tim Walz needs to be fully investigated, okay? I certainly do, and I think this whole thing is just really unfortunate and just disgusting, quite frankly, all right? There's a lot to unpack here in this clip, and I mean, this whole thing really feels like a Democrat cover-up. Like, it smells like a Democrat cover-up to me. Let me know what you guys think about that down below in the comments. Shout out to the King Squad. Smash the like button, hit subscribe, and we're going to get right into it. Let's go.
A community is in mourning, and our country is left wondering if we now simply accept something that should be completely unacceptable, something that should absolutely not be normal.
Political assassinations are rare. They strike at the very core of our democracy. But the details of Belter's crime are even worse. They are truly chilling. It is no exaggeration to say that his crimes are the stuff of nightmares. Belter stalked his victims like prey. He went to their homes, held them out as a police officer, and shot them in cold blood.
So this is what
Wow.
the victims saw when they opened their door to find the man police say, they allege, was Vance Belter. It's really striking. He was charged today by state and federal authorities with allegedly shooting 2 Minnesota lawmakers and their spouses on Saturday. Police say that he dressed like a cop and wore a rubber face mask, and those images are terrifying. Law enforcement today alleging that after he shot John and Yvette Hoffman, Belter visited 2 other lawmakers' homes. Then he killed Melissa and Mark Hortman in their home. His rampage ended there, but in the manhunt that followed, police found an apparent hit list with the names of more than 45 state and federal officials. All of this violence, all of this hatred and the death, it is not normal. We can't let it be normal. And yet, I guess we have to accept that something has been changing in America. The New York Times put it this way: like school shootings, political violence is becoming almost routine. I mean, let's think about it. The arson attack on the Pennsylvania governor and his family, the 2 assassination attempts against President Trump, the bludgeoning of Paul Pelosi by a man with a hammer, the deadly assault on the Capitol on January 6th, Steve Scalise shot at congressional baseball practice, Gabby Gifford shot at a supermarket while she met with constituents, Gretchen Whitmer, the Michigan governor, the target of a kidnapping attempt. Last year, Capitol Police investigated more than 9,000.
Which is not a word we use very often in the United States, let alone here in Minnesota. It's a chilling attack on our democracy, on our way of life. It's only the most recent example of violent political extremism in this country, and that's a trend that's been increasing in recent years, and that's unfortunate. And I hope it's a wake-up call to everyone that people can disagree with you without being evil.
I mean, if only that was the case. I mean, when I look at the left, they just are, it's the raging liberal. They're looking for a reason to, be enraged, explode, chaos, destruction, confusion, rioting in the streets, assassination attempts on President Trump, all types of crazy, wild, unhinged, out of touch with reality type of stuff. It's like every time I look up at the Democrats, it's like I'm watching The Purge. What is this? Like The Purge, Mad Max? What am I watching? Okay. And that's really what the Dems, look like. Okay, they reek of desperation. They're all over the place. Then you have the lamestream left-wing media. Okay, MSNBC, NBC, ABC, CBS. We see all the BS. Okay. What else? You can throw CNBC in there, and there's some more. Oh, CNN. Certainly not news. I forgot about CNN for a second. But yes, when you have all these, news stations pushing these, worrisome agendas and stuff like that, that kind of stuff, in my personal opinion, incites violence. The That's really how it strikes me. Let me know what you guys think about that down below in the comments. I just had to interject this right there because the Dems want to act like, oh yeah, let's clean up things now. You know, it's not right, guys. It's not right. But the fact of the matter is, they're over here setting cars on fire. Okay, destroying people's, homes and stores and shops and all types of stuff like that. Okay, people are fleeing California. This is what you consistently see from the Democrats. This wokeism is destroying their party. Okay, and some people I know are on the side of keep it up, Democrats, because you're just solidifying, the Republicans winning in 2028. All right. And really everything else moving forward. Okay. Let me know what you guys think about that. Do you think, would you, not this specific situation, this specific situation is extremely unfortunate. Lives were lost. Okay. What I'm saying is, do you think, would you want to see the Democrats, still show their true colors on a consistent basis? Or would you rather them just, come to their senses and stop? Stop the nonsense. Stop the madness. Okay. Let me know what you guys think about that down below in the comments. Let's get back into the video. It definitely gets more unhinged.
Needing to be killed or hurt.
All right. Our panel's here. We're also joined by CNN law enforcement correspondent Whitney Wild, who's live outside federal court in St. Paul, Minnesota. Whitney, you were inside court for this appearance. Take us inside the courthouse. What'd you see? What'd you hear? What else are we learning about the suspect?
Casey, this hearing was brief. Vance Belcher came in. He was flanked by 3 deputy U.S. Marshals. He did not have shackles on his wrists or his feet. He was dressed in an orange jumpsuit with slippers. On the left-hand side of the courtroom were 3 prosecutors. Again, this was a very routine hearing for what is an extraordinary case. And the bulk of the hearing today focused on whether or not he can afford an attorney. He basically told the judge he cannot afford an attorney. He only works part-time. He only makes $540 a week, if that. Then he went through his other financial details, saying that he had 7 cars. He believed in his name, that he has a home, that it is paid off. And so there were just these financial details that they had to get through in order to appoint him a public defender. And the judge said, based on the severity of these cases, he found it very unlikely that he'd be able to afford a private attorney that could defend him against, again, these very severe charges here. And this was late Sunday evening when they descended on him, basically encircled him and convinced him to come out peacefully. Casey, a remarkable moment because he had a firearm on him. They convinced him through their SWAT commands and through their negotiation tactics to crawl to them. He was taken into custody without incident. Today we are learning more details, and they are even more chilling than we could have imagined over the weekend. So I'm going to have you listen to the acting U.S. attorney here, who describes the moment he arrived at State Senator John Hoffman's house, kicking off this bloody rampage.
When Belcher lowered his flashlight, which he had shined in their face, they realized that he was not a police officer. They shouted out, "You're not a cop. You're not a police officer." Belcher then announced, "This is a robbery," and forced himself into their home. When Senator Hoffman attempted to push Belcher out and stop him from entering his home, Belcher shot him repeatedly. Belcher then shot Miss Hoffman repeatedly. Belcher fled the scene, and the Hoffman's daughter called 911.
Casey, absolutely terrifying. We also have a text message that he sent to his family afterward. This is according to the federal court documents, and he's.
Yeah, that's enough of that. It is just so unfortunate, that people's lives are just, being lost and all over disagreements. It is really unfortunate. It is really, really unfortunate. I wouldn't wish that on anybody. Okay. What I will say is I'm going to really, bring my previous point up. I really think a big part to play of it is the unhealthy mental health. Okay. The unhealthy lifestyle choices. You see this stuff being pushed by the Dems. You also see this fear mongering. Okay. That they push on the left wing lamestream media. Okay. Every 5 seconds I turn on CNN, MSNBC, NBC, ABC, CBS. It's always, you don't know what's going to happen. You got to be ready. You got to be prepared. Oh, bad things are going to happen. You should fear Trump. And he thinks he's a king. Trump is the little mustache man. And it's just insane. Okay. And then you have these people protesting and they're just holding signs. They don't even know what they're protesting for. I dislike Trump because my TV told me to. Okay, you have those kind of guys, those kinds of people. Okay, I dislike Trump because, CNN told me not to like Trump. Chicken balk. Just ridiculous. Okay, so, it's really unfortunate. Some people just love being lied to, so there's that. But let me know what you guys think about it down below in the comments. I always look forward to seeing what you guys have to say, okay? And that's all for this video, you guys. I will see you in the next one. Peace.